Last game he had 28 points. And the foul called on Jared Allen. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. Here's Edwards. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Okoro with it. Picked up by Edwards. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Oh, guys, how good is Love at fighting through the contact to finish and score it?
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Here's Neto. Here's Lopez. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Russell inside. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. GA, it wasn't long ago that the Cavs were an afterthought in the NBA.
Well, not anymore. I mean, Cleveland has a tremendous young roster. They play some of the toughest D in the NBA, and they're only going to get better in the years to come.
And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
And how about the impact Anthony Edwards has had?
This guy's a real game changer on the floor. Scores it at a high clip, can play big inside and play big outside, does everything on the floor with a passion, with a joy, and with a flair.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. That one falls, his second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, this guy came into the league as a volume three-point shooter. Now Donovan Mitchell's percentages have greatly improved. He has put in a ton of work, and it's paying dividends.
Now here's Towns. He has 7. And Towns throws it down.
That's easy money for Karl Anthony Towns. Gets in close range and leaves no doubt.
Here's Love. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by Towns.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
No good on that one.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
Rudy Gobert is known as the stifled tower, and why not? He has always been such a strong anchor for his team on the defensive end of the floor.
That's tipped. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He comes away with 11 points in the
Timberwolves 16.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Here's Gobert. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gobert's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Allen. No good that time. Towns with the defensive effort.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Karis LeVert has become one of the game's best slashers. He says, honestly, I just go to the front of the rim and work on different spins. Getting more comfortable with both hands and finishing. Kyrie Irving did that when he was younger, and that's one of the ways he became a great finisher. Kevin, back to you.
He is a great finisher. David, thanks. He's studying the greats, and it's paying off. Pass to Edwards. Outside, Towns. Shoots over Mobley. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. And Karl Anthony Towns said he believes that he is the greatest big man shooter of all time. What do you think?
Well, Kev, I think a guy by the name of Dirk Nowitzki might have a thing or two to say about it, but I love Karl Anthony Towns' attitude. You have got to believe in your skills if you're going to have the kind of success that Cat has had in this league, and we know he is lethal from deep.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Boy, if he's got momentum, you better step back. Donovan Mitchell on his way to the cup.
To the left wing. Back to Gobert. And Darius Garland picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
Just 2 to shoot. Here's Edwards.
Boy, the quickness off the dribble drive by Anthony Edwards. Being able to put it on the deck, so important.
Outside Garland. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Outside Edwards. Outside Towns. Back to McDaniels. Pass to Russell. It's Edwards on the wing. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's good, 2 points. And now it's only a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
You like Allen to keep his concentration, refuses to let the defense outmuscle or outwork him.
And that one's good. Russell. Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career, that was something with the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. The three drains it from beyond the arc. And now it's a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
Boy, Rudy Gobert, usually the recipient of that kind of pass. That was nicely done, Rudy.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And another miss by Cleveland. Timberwolves leading by 10. The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, it's just a step in the right direction. And there's a record Rudy Gobert set without much fanfare a few years ago. Most dunks in an NBA season.
That's exactly right, GA. That was back in the 2018-19 season. He threw it down 306 times. Certainly makes sense for a guy who's got that kind of length, athleticism, and the guy who spends so much time right around the cup.
And there's one area where the Cavs have been very good the past few seasons. That's the draft. They've made some terrific picks in terms of personnel.
Pass to McLaughlin. There's a good screen. Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, hard time shooting the rock in that one. But they also didn't give themselves the best looks.
I think even when you get quality looks, there was an inability to stay consistent. It is hard to win on a cold shooting night in today's NBA. The scoring is just too good.
Here's Lopez. Sinks the triple. Lopez has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Lopez looking right at home with that catch and shoot.
Here's Noel. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The three from Garland. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time.
Your Cavaliers.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Towns with the steal. Russell left side. Towns at the elbow. Timberwolves passing it around. Shot clock at 6. Outside Edwards. Pass to Russell. His three-pointers off the mark. Down low. Count that one for Mobley.
Man, that is a big-time tough finish. Evan Mobley doesn't back down.
Outside Edwards. For the 3. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
That's a perfect example of why good hands are important in basketball. It just misread that pass completely.
the Cavaliers trail by 3. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Garland, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post. And Garland, a finalist for Most Improved Player of the Year in 2022, took a huge leap forward with his play.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Mr. Gobert to the paint. Here's Russell. And the layup is good. 6 points for D'Angelo Russell. For Garland, he put in the work, and it all came together for him, GA.
And his shooting reached a tipping point. Was given the keys as a playmaker, and this is a great situation for him. And, boy, he's made the most of it. Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Edwards looking it over. Here's McDaniels. No good on the 3.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Garland, no good.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
That's about reach, folks. The length, the athleticism, the timing of Evan Mobley.
Inside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. And it's 6 points for Evan Mobley.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Pass to McDaniels.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And here's Russell. He's got 6. Allen with the rebound.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
Garland left side. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that. Guys, you have to remember when thinking and talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an organization that is still so young.
You know, basketball historians will remember that the Minneapolis Lakers, Doris, won 5 titles before relocating to Los Angeles in 1960.
And I think the current crop of T-Wolves fans, Kevin, see this as a completely different franchise from that historic team. In their minds, they haven't won a championship yet, and that fact should really motivate this current roster to get one for this group.
He doesn't get the second one. Doris, one thing that stood out about the Timberwolves last season was their fast-paced play.
No doubt, Kevin, and you can trace that directly to the head coaching position in Chris Finch. This is a group that loved to push the basketball up the floor, wanted to catch defenses before they had a chance to dig in the half court. And remember, that is the classic mark of a youthful team, particularly one with the athleticism that Anthony Edwards brings. Well, that's a beautiful pass by Donovan Mitchell to a ready shooter, and his focus as a distributor has really improved.
Pass to Rivers. Over to the wing. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. It's picked off. Here's a Okoro. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
This guy has got great positional size at the 2 guard. Isaac Okoro can be challenging to guard.
And he makes the first. And Doris, looking back at last year, the Cavs far exceeded expectations.
They played beyond their years. Such a young team that played with such maturity, and that was coming off some very lean years. To me, their talent is unmistakable. Give credit to the organization for drafting well and making key trades that have really elevated this roster.
Love, no luck.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
Pass to Noel. Kicks it out to Prince. Fires the three. Kept alive. Here's Anderson. Now here's Rivers. 5 on the clock. Prince with it. Reed with it. He's guarded by Love. Offensive rebound. And here's Anderson for 3. And it's Darius Garland with the rebound. For the lead, Cranes the three-pointer. Garland's got the lead up to 1 now for the Cavs.
Wow, a lot of distance on that jumper by Darius Garland. Nice.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Cavaliers lead. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Here's Noel. And there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. That's his first foul. Long range from the inbound. Rivers can't get it to go. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. They lead by 1.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
To the middle. Here's Anderson. And they'll get another chance. Pass to Prince. Here's Noel. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Timberwolves lead by 2.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Noel. Love grabs the board. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Does not get it. 3rd miss. He's made 4 from the field. To the wing on the left. Pass to Reed. Here's Noel. 6 on the shot clock. No good on the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Greg, for Kevin Love, he feels like he's got a lot of years left in the league.
And Kevin, coming off the bench should lengthen the end of his career. He can thrive as a bench weapon with that green light, and he's got that light to let it fly with that shot.
And so here's Cleveland. Pass to Mobley. No good on that one. Minnesota with the ball. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. Now here's Gobert. Here's McDaniels. Another miss by Minnesota. This quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Left side, Love. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
But you know Kevin Love is ready in catch-and-shoot situations. Beautifully done.
Edwards with it. Out to the wing. There's Russell with the 3. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The wide open look here for Garland. And it's off from 3-point range. Here's Russell. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Man, if you're going to be a star, D'Angelo Russell, those are the shots you've got to make.
Now, Garland.
Big time delivery from the young Darius Garland.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to McDaniel. Pass to Gobert. Timberwolves passing it around. Again, Russell missing.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
Mobley. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail by 3. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Out to Edwards. Knocked away. Back to Russell. Jacks up a 3. Crafty move. Mobley with the block. And they get it back.
I'll tell you this, Evan Mobley is changing as many shots as anyone right now.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. Oh, they get it back. Pass to LeVert. Here's Mobley. And finally they hit one. Mobley's got the lead up to 5 now for the Cavs. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
It's the first that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Oh, big spot. Towns with a chance here at the line. He's someone this team relies on.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And now you're in a great position thanks to those clutch free throws. One possession game now.
Garland with it. Now defended by Gobert. Here's Mobley. Count it.
How about the young big man Evan Mobley coming through in the clutch? We see you, young sir.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First free throw is good, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
Well, if you're the defense, right, you have to live with Rudy Gobert being the guy at the foul line in this moment. Tight game, can he make them?
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not. In the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And here is Mitchell. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
This is exactly what comes with having the basketball late and becoming the focal point of your team. For Donovan Mitchell, making these free throws is critical.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
He makes the second free throw, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he's good on all 3 free throws, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home.